The peace you've been searching for has never truly left you. It's always been there, quietly waiting, only hidden beneath layers of worry, doubt, and endless what-ifs. Most of us get stuck replaying the past or obsessing over a future that hasn't even arrived, forgetting that life only unfolds here and now. Anxiety is like carrying a burden that was never really yours to carry. That weight slowly drains your energy, clouds your thinking, and blocks you from feeling the freedom that's already within you. But the moment you gently let go, the moment you stop trying to control every outcome and allow life to flow in its own rhythm, something shifts. Stillness rises naturally. Your mind softens, your heart opens, and you realize that peace was never lost. It was always within you, waiting to be rediscovered. In this journey, we'll explore 7 timeless Buddhist teachings, practical, compassionate lessons designed to guide you beyond anxiety and into calm awareness. These insights aren't about running away from life, but about meeting it with clarity, courage, and ease. And if you've been searching for a way to quiet the noise inside, these teachings might just be the doorway you've been hoping for. Principle 1. Finding peace in the present moment. Buddhist wisdom reminds us that anxiety cannot survive in the now. It only exists in imagined scenarios, stories about what might go wrong or what could happen later. When you feel anxious, ask yourself, where is my mind? Most of the time, it's racing ahead, playing out movies that haven't even been filmed, pulling you away from the only place life is truly happening, this very moment. Right here with this breath, you are safe. You are supported. You are enough. This is mindfulness, the gentle art of returning to the present. Each time you come back, the grip of anxiety loosens. And in that stillness, peace is not something you need to find. It's something you simply remember. Beneath all the noise of the mind, it has always been here, waiting for you. Principle 2. The seed of fear. Have you ever noticed that the more you fear something, the more it seems to come true? In Buddhist wisdom, the mind is like fertile soil. Whatever seed you plant, fear, anger, calm, or compassion will take root and grow. Fear is more than just an emotion. It's a filter that colors the way you see the world. The more you feed it, the more it shapes your choices, drains your energy, and eventually creates the reality you live in. Imagine fearing the loss of your job. That quiet dread begins to influence your actions. Hesitation takes the place of confidence, while doubt overshadows clarity. And without even noticing, we often walk straight toward the very outcome we were desperate to avoid. In relationships, the fear of being left behind can push us to either cling too tightly or slowly withdraw, creating the exact distance we dreaded. It isn't fate working against us. It's fear quietly steering from within. The lesson is simple. You are the gardener of your own mind. The soil does not judge the seed you plant. If you sow fear, it will multiply. If you sow presence, trust, and peace, those qualities will bloom instead. Whenever fear arises, pause. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, does this thought bring me peace, or does it deepen my fear? Choose with awareness. As your inner world softens, life itself begins to open up. Principle 3. The power of letting go. In today's world, strength is often mistaken for control. We're told to manage our time, to control our success, even to direct the path of our lives. We push harder, plan more, and hold on tightly to outcomes. Yet Buddhist wisdom whispers a softer, deeper truth. Real strength doesn't come from holding on, but from letting go. Letting go does not mean weakness. It is an act of clarity. It means releasing the illusion that we can bend every moment, every person, and every result to our will. Instead, we give our best with sincerity and then allow life to unfold naturally. Imagine trying to hold water in your hand. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it slips away. But when your hand is open, the water rests there, calm and steady. This is surrender, gentle, yet powerful. When we release the need to control everything, something remarkable happens. Our energy is renewed. Our minds grow clear. New paths appear where we once saw none, and support arises in ways we never expected. Life begins to flow with us instead of against us. Buddhist wisdom reminds us, surrender is not the end, it is the beginning. It is the doorway to inner peace, to true freedom, and to a strength unshakable because it's rooted in trust, not in tension. To let go is to live in harmony with life itself. And in that harmony, we do not lose our power. We discover where it truly resides. Principle 4. The freedom of trusting life. There is a quiet truth in Buddhist wisdom that feels both challenging and liberating. Control and trust cannot walk the same path. The more we cling to control, the further we drift from trust. And the deeper we trust, the more we must release our grip. Think of it this way. You can't keep both hands locked on the steering wheel and still believe the road itself will carry you forward. Control and trust move in opposite directions. One is born of fear, the other of faith. When we try to micromanage every detail of our lives, what we're really saying deep down is, I don't believe life will take care of me. The need to control every little detail often springs from fear. The fear that if we stop watching, guiding, or pushing, everything will collapse. But ask yourself honestly, has control ever truly brought you peace? More often it leaves us drained. Anxiety grows, tension tightens, and we become entangled in outcomes we could never fully command. Control may create the illusion of safety, but beneath it lies a quiet panic. Faith is something else entirely. Faith is neither passive nor careless. Faith whispers, I've done what I can. Now I trust the unfolding. It allows us to take meaningful action without being chained to results. It opens us to mystery, to timing we cannot dictate, and to outcomes still hidden from view. In Buddhist teachings, this is called the release of attachment. You act with clarity, but you don't demand that life follow your script. It's like planting a seed. You water it, nurture it, and give it care. But you cannot tug at the sprout to force it upward. True growth depends on unseen roots and the natural rhythm of time. Ask yourself gently, am I holding on so tightly that I've forgotten how to breathe? Am I trying so hard to force a future that I no longer trust life's quiet intelligence? Letting go does not mean giving up. It means showing up, fully doing what is within your reach, and then stepping back with trust. This is the soil where faith begins to take root, and where faith is, peace follows. To release control is not to lose power. It is to discover a deeper strength. The strength to live with openness, patience, and trust in life's unfolding. Principle 5. Letting go of imagined fears. Much of the weight we carry was never real to begin with. Our minds invent storms that never arrive, pulling us into a world of dangers that exist only in imagination. Buddhist wisdom reminds us of a simple yet profound truth. The heaviest burdens we carry are rarely reality itself. They are the stories we tell about what might go wrong. We lie awake at night rehearsing conversations, bracing for disasters, spinning endless scenarios of failure and rejection. These fears become like invisible stones, heavy in our pockets, dragging us down as we move through each day. And yet most of them dissolve before they ever touch our lives. Why? Because the human mind is a storyteller. It drafts countless versions of what could be, painting vivid scenes of disaster, convinced it is protecting us from danger. But in truth, it traps us in cycles of stress, reacting to shadows as though they were real. Think of your own life. How many times did you brace for the worst, only to find the situation was softer, gentler than you imagined? How many dreaded conversations ended in understanding? How often did the outcome you feared most never come to pass? This is the distortion of worry. Anxiety has a peculiar habit. It magnifies possibilities until they feel like certainties. But Buddhist wisdom reminds us a thought is not a fact. Just because the mind presents a story doesn't mean we have to step inside and live it. When anxiety rises, take a deep breath and softly ask yourself, is this happening right now, or is it only a thought? More often than not, you'll see that you're battling images on realities. In that recognition, something shifts. The burden begins to lift. You return to this breath, this moment, the only place life is ever real. Most of the fears we carry are phantoms, and when we stop feeding them, they fade. What remains is lighter, calmer, and closer to the truth. Life as it is right now is often far kinder than what we fear. And in that presence, peace is not far away. It is already here, quietly waiting to be felt. Principle 6. Growth begins with letting go. Worry has a way of shrinking life. It doesn't arrive all at once. It begins quietly, a cautious thought here, an extra layer of planning there, a hesitation born of fear. At first, it seems harmless, even responsible, but over time, those little hesitations weave themselves into walls. And before you realize it, you're living inside a cage of your own making. You shrink your dreams because they feel too uncertain. You hold back your voice because judgment feels too heavy. You close your heart because risk feels unsafe. And so the worry that once promised protection slowly becomes restriction. Worry builds a small room around you. At first, it may feel familiar, even safe. But soon, it begins to feel like a prison. And the way out is not found in more control, it's found in release. Letting go is not a loss, but a beginning. It is the quiet courage to say, I will no longer let fear define the shape of my life. Buddhist wisdom reminds us, you cannot grip everything and still expect to be free. Life asks us to shift our focus from what we cannot control to what we can. Our choices, our presence, our compassion, and our openness. Picture yourself standing in a river. If you try to hold the water tightly, it slips away. But when you soften, when you trust the river itself, carries you. That is the essence of surrender. Letting go is not passive, it is powerful. It makes space for courage, for creativity, for love, and for joy to flow back in. Every act of release is an act of expansion. It invites you back into the present moment, where life truly lives, not in endless what-ifs, but in the simple, clear, right now. So ask yourself gently, how much of my energy today was spent worrying about what I cannot change? And what if that same energy were poured into creating, into connecting, into trusting the path before me? When you stop forcing life to match the blueprint in your mind, and instead let it move with its natural rhythm, something shifts. You begin to feel supported not by control, but by the quiet intelligence of life itself. Letting go is not weakness. It is one of the deepest forms of bravery, the courage to step out of the cage of worry and live with an open, unguarded heart. So breathe. Release the weight you were never meant to carry. Allow life to meet you exactly as you are. Growth doesn't come from holding tighter. It begins the moment you finally let go. Principle 7. Getting out of your own way allows life to flow. One of the most profound truths in Buddhist teaching is this: life begins to flow when we step aside. The harder we try to control every detail, the more resistance we create. The tighter we grip, the more chaos we invite. But when we learn to step back, not in neglect, but in quiet trust, something remarkable happens. Life starts moving with its own wisdom, often in ways far wiser than our carefully crafted plans. This idea can feel unsettling. From childhood, many of us were taught that safety depends on control. We were told to manage, to fix, to strive, to interfere. And so we analyze every conversation, anticipate problems before they exist, chase outcomes that are not ready, and insert ourselves into details that were never ours to manage. We fear that if we don't, everything will fall apart. But what usually happens? Instead of bringing peace, constant interference drains us. It clouds our clarity, saps our energy, and leaves us weary from carrying burdens that were never truly ours. Control offers the illusion of safety, but beneath it lies restlessness and fatigue. Buddhism points to a gentler path. It teaches us that when we loosen our grip, when we stop tossing obstacles into the stream of life, the water flows freely again. Just as a river carves its way through the land without our effort, our lives also move with a natural rhythm. The more we interfere, the more we dam the current. The more we trust, the smoother the current becomes. Think back to the times you forced something, a relationship, a job, a decision. How often did it unravel or leave you drained? Now remember the moments when you let go, when you allowed things to unfold in their own time. More often than not, those moments carried a surprising ease, as if life itself stepped in to support you. Worry and control are like stones thrown into a river. They muddy the current. But when you remove them, when you choose trust over tension, the water clears and life flows again. So how do we practice this? Start with awareness. Notice where you're holding on too tightly. Is it the endless checking of your phone waiting for a reply? Or the habit of replaying conversations long after they've ended? Sometimes we rush decisions out of fear of delay. In those moments, pause and ask gently, what if I simply did what is necessary? Then let go. What if I trusted life to carry what I cannot? Non-interference is not apathy. It is discernment. It is knowing what is yours to act upon and surrendering what is not, like planting a seed. You nurture it, you water it, you care for it, but you cannot pull it upward to force growth. True growth requires patience, unseen roots, and timing beyond your control. Imagine holding a butterfly in your hand. If you squeeze in fear, you may harm it, and it will surely fly away. But if you open your palm, it may stay a while longer. And even if it leaves, it may return. Your relationships, your goals, your peace of mind, all need that same space to breathe. The more you try to possess them, the quicker they slip away. The more freedom you allow, the more naturally they flourish. Then comes the shift. You begin to notice synchronicities, support arriving from unexpected places, timing working in your favor, clarity rising without force. You breathe easier, your shoulders soften. Life no longer feels like a battle to win, but a rhythm to trust. At the root of interference lies fear. Fear of loss, of failure, of not being enough. But Buddhist wisdom reminds us life does not demand constant control. It asks for faith. Faith that you will do your part and that the rest will unfold as it should. You are not here to control the ocean. You are here to learn how to ride its waves. So pause and reflect. Where in my life am I interfering too much? A conversation I keep rehearsing. A decision I'm forcing a dream. I'm suffocating with worry. Then ask softly, what would it feel like to loosen my grip? Not out of laziness, but out of trust. The moment you release control, life begins to move. Support arrives, peace returns, and you discover a quiet truth. You were never meant to direct every scene. You are meant to play your part, then allow the story to reveal itself. When you stop interfering, life does not fall apart. It begins to move with you, through you, and for you. Life is not a competition to win, nor a puzzle to solve. It is a movement like music inviting us to listen and respond. When we try to control every note, the melody grows heavy. But when we let go, the song becomes clear. Buddhist wisdom encourages us to care, but not to carry everything. It teaches us to release the burdens of constant planning and fear, and to meet each moment as it comes. Letting go is not abandoning effort. It is choosing balance. On this channel, we explore timeless practices in mindfulness meditation, spiritual growth, and overcoming anxiety with compassion. Each video is created to guide you back to presence, to inner peace, and to the simple joy of being alive. If you found value in this teaching, please like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss future wisdom talks. Until next time, breathe deeply and walk gently in peace.